I was right. It was a skinny boned lady.
Eugenia Cooney. That's a name we have not heard in a very long time on this channel, in years, I think, in fact. And I see this poster here on Twitter saying, "Oh my God, this is Eugenia Cooney's brother. Is this a joke?" And here is a photo.
See, this shit is yin and yang, bro. She's skinny as fuck. She looks like skeleton. I don't know how she's able to walk. He is big as fuck. Yo, he definitely took all the cum. He got the least amount.
Of Eugenia Cooney sitting on a train, some kind of monorail, a light rail, whatnot, with her arms crossed. You know, she's looking very fragile and I don't know, kind of melancholic, depressed. She looks kind of sad and unsure of herself. And right next to her, adjacent to her, is a very large human being who is supposedly her brother, along with her mother on the side. So I just gotta say, there's clearly some very weird family dynamics going on here. As you can see, Eugenia Cooney has been clinically anorexic for years, and as you can see here, her brother is like literally on the extreme opposite of that with clinical obesity. So I just gotta say, what in the hell has been going on in that family for years? And a Twitter commenter, quote, retweeted that image by saying, "OMG, no wonder why she stayed so skinny. She has live fatspo 24/7 in her house." And if you guys are new to Twitter and don't know what a particular word followed up by SPO means, it's basically like a shortened acronym for inspiration, like inspiration. So anything followed up by like skinny spo, fat spo, thin spo, really anything followed up by SPO can be a direct reference to any particular community. A Twitter person or anybody for that matter, or on any social media platform, can use this term as a label for their community or their posts. And by the way, this photo was captured by TMZ, and I kind of feel bad for her because she's just trying to go on about her life. You know, she's still a social media content creator to this day, I believe. As far as I can see, she still regularly updates her Instagram. She's not really updated her YouTube. She hasn't posted in like 11 months, but she still gets views. She posted this photo back in June 18th on Twitter, and her last post on TikTok was from, let's see, June 27th. So yeah, she's really just trying to live her life. But as according to TMZ, which is a very toxic platform lately, they say influencer Eugenia Cooney pops up at Disney World. Fans still concerned about her health. They say influencer Eugenia Cooney has resurfaced at Disney World amid her social media hiatus and growing concern from fans over her health. Check out the pics. YouTube TikTok star Eugenia was riding the monorail with her mom and brother on Tuesday, but as you can see, she looks pretty glum as she stares out the window at the, and I quote, most magical place on earth. An eyewitness tells us she and her family didn't say one word to each other during the entire ride. They say her clothes, though, screamed high fashion. Eugenia was decked out in a ruffled metallic dress and an oversized pink cardigan paired with fishnet tights and white boots. She also got into the Halloween spirit by rocking, and I quote, Nightmare Before Christmas purse. And honestly, upon immediately reading that, I don't know if she likes the Nightmare Before Christmas because, looking at the poster here,
it basically reminds her of herself or something like that. I don't know what she did that for.
And how the main character looks, maybe this could be related to her thin spo inspirations. And here's that photo of the TMZ photographer, the paparazzi, being a
oh my leg, ew, look at the legs. Oh my D.
Deep and capturing photos
bones poking out
of people who don't want to be captured on film. Like, honestly, I just gotta say, this needs to stop. I understand the First Amendment protected right to press capturing photos in public, so obviously this will never be banned, but it is creepy and there needs to be more ethics when it comes to filming or photographing people in conditions like this. They say, but it didn't appear Eugenia was filming social media content for her many fans because her phone camera was held against her body as she sat on a bench. As you know, Eugenia has been MIA for months from social media. Her disappearance came after.
I'm trying to help her out, bro. Like, bitchy. Like, put her in the gym or some shit, make her love or some shit. And do more. Like, damn. Wish she's like that, bro.
Her fans started waving flags over the summer with her last TikTok uploaded on June 27th to announce the death of her dog, Buzz. And here was that video. So rest in peace to that dog. Honestly, it's sad when our pets die, of course. They're with us for a very short time, a brief time in our lives, and they're family members. So I'm sure she's going through it with losing her pug. And actually, I do remember this dog. I remember making a video about Eugenia Cooney, and she was literally in a pet store. I forgot what she was doing, but I remember seeing this little fur ball. Yeah, she's got to be careful. That little pug right there, I know it's...
It runs here.
It's about...
Barely has muscle in that shit. Was she starving herself or some shit? I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just saying, like, she definitely has to be. There's no way you get like this without. Or she's like a vegan. It's like the final stage for, like, when you're vegan. Final stage. Until, then after the next stage is, boom, basically disappear from the world. She's literally on the last strand of hair.
10 to 15 pounds right there, but that little fucker decides to take off for any damn reason. Probably sees a squirrel or another pug. Eugenia might just lose an arm or two. One thing I will say though is that at least this dog is eating good. You see all that heavy ass breathing that little pug is doing?
Guys, you like those? Ooh.
That little gremlin can barely take a step without breathing hard and waddling back and forth. I mean, clearly he's eating good. At least Eugenia is not imposing her anorexia onto the dog, because I'm sure there probably are some people out there who will literally deprive their animals of food that is healthy for them just because they have a specialized diet. I've seen it with vegans. I've seen it with the fats, and I'm sure the skinnies probably do it as well. So yeah, I mean, rest in peace. But for those unfamiliar with Eugenia Cooney, she's basically a lifestyle blogger, and here are some of her photos, you know, as shown on TMZ. As you can see, she's, yeah, I don't gotta really say it. She's anorexic, right? You know, and she's been struggling with this for years. Actually, at one point in time, I remember she bounced back briefly and she gained a lot of weight.
So yes, I was like dealing with an eating disorder. It was definitely like an eating disorder, but yeah, I guess they didn't really get too labely, but if that makes sense.
So yeah, as you can see here in this, and this was during the Shane Dawson era, right? As we all know, back then, Shane Dawson, Jake Paul, Rice Gum, Alyssa, Violet, and all these people used to be the biggest creators on the platform, right? That was basically the peak of YouTube. Back then, she was doing an interview with Shane Dawson, and she gained a healthy amount of weight. This was in 2019, and now, I mean, like any drug addict, right, or person addicted to their vice, she relapsed, and unfortunately, you know, this is her today. You know, latest photos, unfortunately. TMZ also says the Greenwich Police Department in Connecticut tells TMZ there was a uptick in calls regarding Eugenia's health over the summer, coinciding with her pause on social media. But it's been about 2 months since the call. Police say they have Eugenia's number, so they check in on her whenever they hear from a concerned party. If they don't get her by phone, they will visit her house. But the cops tell us there's only so much they can do if the person doesn't want their help. And obviously, police officers, law enforcement, anybody really for that matter, aside from a doctor, cannot force her to eat or consume the amount of daily caloric intake she would need to be at a healthy BMI. Nobody can force her to do anything aside from herself.
This is Eugenia from 2012. This is her from 2018. This is her from 2020.
Be at a healthy BMI. Nobody can force her to do anything aside from herself.
This is Eugenia from 2012.
More healthy there. She had at least some fat in their cheeks and stuff.
This is her from 2018. This is her from 2020. And this is what Eugenia Cooney looks like right now.
And sadly, things haven't improved much at all over the past 10 years since she began creating online content. That is, despite a brief hiatus in February 2019, when Eugenia quietly disappeared from social media after her close friends staged an intervention that resulted in her being placed in a 72-hour psychiatric hold, known as a 5150. Afterward, she checked herself into a residential treatment center for about a month to get help for an ED, something she didn't publicly talk about until July, when she returned with Shane Dawson's documentary, The Return of Eugenia Cooney.
Anyway, thoughts and opinions down below. What do you think about the situation?
These, bro. How much does she weigh? 50 pounds?
Honestly, I think teams they need to stop being creeps. Like, Jesus Christ, clearly she's away from social media because she wants more privacy, and she's battling with an ongoing addiction and health crisis. And I mean, look at her brother, bro. So clearly he's dealing with his own addiction and health crisis too. And the mother, I'm just going to assume
Is she yin and yang?
there's been some childhood trauma there, some kind of severe, drastic childhood trauma / abuse, allegedly, because I'm not trying to indict their mother of anything. That has massively contributed to both their levels of body dysmorphia and eating habits. And, you know, we all know that childhood trauma is a major contributor eating habits. And, you know, we all know that childhood trauma is a major contributor to the psychological defects of many grown adults. But do let me know your thoughts in the regions below. Also like the video. If you have any other topics you want to cover or talk about or react, contributor to anything that is massively contributed to both their levels of body dysmorphia and eating habits. And, you know, we all know that childhood trauma is a major contributor to the psychological defects of many grown adults. But do let me know your thoughts in the regions below. Also like the video going on in that family for years.
Bro, like, damn, bro. It's traumatizing just me looking at it, bro. Sorry to say that, but it is what it is. Like, think about it. Are you seeing how she looks, bro? She's boom. Boom. This is Minecraft skeleton type shit. Madness. Hardness. Combination. That's not funny.